Hey guys, welcome back to King's Quest Chapter 4, No Place Like Home. We're still continuing on through the labyrinth, and we need to put these blocks into those slots up the top there. We need to make sure that they are the right way around, which is...
I do have to admit I was starting to get frustrated at that boy's lack of participation. I didn't say anything though. Didn't want to end up in that journal.
Can you please stop that snapping?
Sorry, it's a nervous habit.
Okay, so this is not actually going to work. We do need to if I can get Graham around the back, we do need to bring this around again.
You're doing it again.
Sorry.
Alexander, please. That sound is bringing me back to a very dark place.
Okay, so this looks about right. Just going to pop that in there, and that's one of them. This one's a little bit more difficult because it's kind of harder to figure out which side is going to be facing up and which direction it's going to be facing. But let's just move it down there and see how we go. And I believe that is it, actually. I think we've done it. We've done it straight away. Okay, so let's roll this over. And we should be able to get all the way through the door now, through to the door.
Another conundrum solved. Just imagine what you could accomplish if you actually knew each other longer than, how long has it been? 18 years, give or take a few key moments. Oh, wait. That's how long you've been apart. Apologies. Sometimes I mix up numbers and dates.
This looks really hard. Please don't.
I can't help it!
Oh, come on, Dad. This is really embarrassing. Oh, no.
How many switches are in this trap? Is this the final gauntlet? Have we reached the end? Will we make it out alive? Will we use our bows? Does this labyrinth give out prizes? Oh, what if the prizes are custom jackets? Can ours say the dueling archers, please? When can we schedule a pun war? How about every day that ends in Y? Isn't this so much fun? Aren't you excited you're back? 'Cause I am! What size crown do you wear? When do you want to begin addendum training? Tell me, are you more the brave, the wise, or the compassionate? You can choose how to solve this conundrum as long as we do it together! Yes! Why would you do that? It looked like so much fun.
I'm not like you. I can't handle any more puzzles.
That magic is dangerous. See? This is what I warned you about, that snapping, that horrendous snapping. It's what took you away from us, and I forbid you to use it.
Forbid me? This magic is part of who I am. I just wish you could see that. Look, we're not some happy family just because I'm back. I wasn't there on your adventures. I don't know what the tapestries that line the walls mean, and I don't know why you insist on wearing that ridiculous hat.
Well, if you didn't want a family, then why did you come back?
I was looking for a father, not a commander. I'm not one of your subjects to be ruled over. If I wanted to be a slave, I would have stayed with Manannan.
Please don't ever compare me to that man. He robbed you of your childhood.
Well, like it or not, Dad, I'm already grown up. And you're robbing me of my adulthood.
You shouldn't talk to your father that way, Alexander.
Look, I don't even know that name. Let's just split up and search for the girls. You have your way of doing things, and I have mine. I'm just slowing you down.
Fine, leave again! You know what? You are slowing me down!
Should we save a plate for Dad? I brought him food earlier. He refused to eat. He's too preoccupied with this next big adventure he's cooking up in his head.
You know, that's just like Dad. Once adventure is on his mind, he can't focus on anything else.
He's never lost his drive. You have to give him that.
Well, I've never regretted retiring my questing boots. It allowed me to devote my full attention to raising my daughter.
Isn't that right, my little cuddle bug?
Dad, stop. You're embarrassing me.
Oh, come now, Alexander. We were raised going on adventures and we turned out just fine. Well, you know what I mean. Oh, look at Gart. He's been questing since he could crawl, and shaping up to be quite the handsome prince, if I do say so myself.
Well, thanks for saying so, Mother.
Oh, I do hope you decide to take Gwendolyn on her own adventure soon. She's got it in her blood. You can't keep her safe forever.
She can go out questing for danger when she's older. We like to do things a little differently in the Green Isles.
You can say that again. Not enough addendums and far too few decrees. Pardon the interruption, milady.
I see. Thank you. Gart, the chambermaid found this crumbled up in your waste bin. I am assuming it fell.
Yes, thank the shining stars they found it. I was looking all over for that. It must have blown right off my desk. Give it here. I'll deliver it right after supper.
No need. I'll deliver it myself in the morning. Gart, I told you to keep the windows closed in your room. It's so breezy in there.
Can you please pass the peas?
Gart, did you not hear Gwendolyn?
Oh, apologies. I thought that was a nint mouse squeaking in the courtyard. What did you say?
I asked you to please pass
Gart? Please pass the peas to your cousin.
The little highness can reach them herself. I'm not here to serve her.
You would be honored to serve.
Children, that's enough. There you go, dear. Or was that so hard? Now, can we just finish up dinner in peace? Grandpa would like to speak with everyone after dinner.
Ugh, I hate the smell of that lavender. When I'm king, we will never serve those abominations again.
Oh, do tell us, Gart. What qualities do you possess that would make for a good king?
Well, for one, I've been raised in this castle and trained to properly take over the kingdom. Unlike some other children who have only had adventures in their imaginations.
Boys, I don't like where this conversation is going. Daventry is our home, Alexander. You chose to run away with the princess and rule over her kingdom. Who else besides Gart would make a good king?
I don't know. I hear Kyle has some big ideas.
Kyle? Really? Uncle, you're acting like a buffoon.
Well, if this is how children raised by royalty treat their elders, then I'm proud that Gwendolyn and I grew up outside these castle walls.
What? So now your family is too good for Daventry? It would be an honor for me to be king. But for you, it's just a burden?
Knock it off, Gart!
No! You're just a little girl. Nothing more than a dreamer. If you didn't encourage Grandfather's ramblings, he might actually notice that I am the only man for the job. Sit down. You're embarrassing the family.
Ah! You will never be half the king Grandpa is. And he would never, ever leave the kingdom to such a spoiled, thoughtless child. I may be a little girl, but you're the one that needs to grow up.
Distress.
I think it would be best to cool off in your rooms. Everybody. No one is allowed to see Grandpa until you can all get along.
Grandpa, can I come in?
Gwendolyn, you've disobeyed your grandma by sneaking in here. I was told everyone was sentenced to their chambers. Do you know what that means?
That I should go back to my room, take this time to reflect in my journal.
No. It means you should pull up a chair, and I can finish this story without any more interruptions.
I think I crossed the line tonight.
Well, I'm sure you did. Good thing this story is all about crossing lines.
Okay, so we do have 2 doors to go through here. We need to find a little statue here to put on this pedestal. We'll go up to the top door first.
Don't worry, Mr. Majesty, he'll learn his lesson. Such a shame how parents treat their kids these days.
Okay, so for this one we need to move the blocks around so that we can actually walk through.
This puzzle was light on teenage angst, and I appreciated that.
And I believe that will do it, so let's give that a go.
You'll find this puzzle is easier without all that extra weight, Mr. Majesty.
Okay, now this puzzle is a little bit tricky. We're going to pull this lever, which lowers the wall on the right side down. You can see that the path here is red rather than that pinky color. What happens is when the wall, on the right is up, it acts like a mirror. So if I just pick up these, and I'll show you what I mean. There might be a couple of ways to do this as well. Let's have a look and see if we have a straight one that we can place down here. Let's just try and put maybe a curved one if we've got enough. Okay, hopefully I have 2 of those. Okay, now basically we need to mirror this on the other side. Let's pick this up, and we'll drop it down here. Oh, it's actually the other side. Okay, so it's kind of a... I'm pretty sure it's like a reflection on the floor. So let's try it from this side here. And let's pull the lever and see if that actually works for us. Aha, that has worked perfectly. So we can now walk across, head to the door, and get ready for the next puzzle.
I hate to say it, but this is so much easier alone.
Okay, so we have both pieces of the statue. We're going to put the lower half of the badger statue down first, and then let's put the head.
I wish I could just snap and bring you to the end of the labyrinth, but alas, I lack opposable thumbs. I'm afraid you'll just have to solve this on your own. I don't mean to salt a wound, but are you even sure that he's your son? It's not like you're cut from the same cloth. How do you know this Alexander is not an imposter?
Okay, so we need to do this puzzle again. The one we've done before, this time...
I almost wished I had Alexander's fire to solve this one. But I would get through it without any dark magic.
Yeah, this time Alexander's not here to help us out, so we can't remove the ice crystals in the middle, so we need to do it all by ourselves. We're going to first of all get this little piece out of the way. It's the only piece that can fit down through here, so let's just get this one. Let's just get that one out of the way first of all. Now we need to switch these two pieces around, so I'm going to move this one all the way to the right, and this one should be able to come all the way down just like that. Okay, this should work. So let's just move the big piece back over to the left. And this little one across now. And we should have done it. Beautiful.
No magic needed to solve this.
But how did you resolve your fight? I need some tips to get Gart to be nicer to me.
Are you sure something else isn't bothering him? Have you tried asking him? Or are you assuming it has to do with you?
Well, he's cordial to everyone else.
I might dig a little deeper into that.
Okay, now this is actually a multi-level puzzle here. You may be wondering what to do here. We have these little statues that are the same in that game. The little stones over here, we can actually climb onto them and get down to a lower level. There's another 2 levels below this one. So let's just jump down and see what we can find. So this is the... let's go all the way down. Yeah,
Okay,
this is the
this
second
one
level
might
there.
be a little easier with 2 people.
Okay, so this is the lowest level here, and we can change the statues around so that the path does actually lead to the door. So we want to turn that around. Basically the path begins from here, goes across to the right, so that one's fine. It goes up. We need to turn this one around. And then lastly we need to turn this one around as well. And now we're going to head up to the second level and make the purple path, which currently is all over the place.
Okay, so some help on this would have been nice. Might have saved my back a bit.
So when you walk over these things, as you can see, they do move. We're going to start from the end point here. So we want it like that, and if we just fix them, get them pointing in the right direction as we go along, and it should be pretty easy to do actually. Let's just move this one around. Oh, what is the path? Okay, oh yeah, actually we do need to go across to here. You can actually see the shadows of the statues. There we go. So we're going across. Oh, we're going down here. Okay, now that should work. So let's go up to the top level. And we're going to skate along on the ice, and hopefully we've made this purple path properly. And we'll be able to get all the way to the door. Alright, let's give this a go.
This is great and all, but are you sure Gart shouldn't be listening to this? He's the one who started it all. He needs to apologize.
It's not always about who's right and who started it, Gwenda. Have you tried approaching art calmly? You might be surprised what you find.
Welcome to the riddle room. This is my favorite puzzle. Probably because I helped design it.
Great.
What am I? I have a head but no arms to flail. I have no legs, yet I have a tail.
Okay, something with a head and a tail. Sounds like a coin to me, so let's grab the coin. We're not going to give it to him. We're going to take it into the next room and place it on the pedestal here. And now we should be able to open the door.
You are correct, but it won't be that easy. I've got another riddle for you in here.
Proceed.
What am I? Every morning a noggin I shed, and every evening I regain my head.
Okay, every morning a noggin I shed and every evening I regain my head. That would be a pillow.
Two down, but we're just getting started. A word back here, please.
Go for it.
What am I? I come in different colors. I come in different shapes. Some parts of me are round, some parts of me are straight. Our picture can be clear, but we love to obfuscate.
Okay, so some parts are round, some parts are straight. We're going to go for the jigsaw puzzle.
Grandpa, do you think I'm ready for my first adventure?
Of course, dear. But not without your father's permission, of course.
Well, I'd love to give you the answer, but I'm a stickler for the rules. Bravissimo. But the show is hardly over.
Let me have it.
What am I? I'm fit for a king and taste very sweet. Thick or thin, served for breakfast, Graham's favorite treat.
Graham's favourite treat are I think they're the chocolate chip pancakes. Now, there isn't a pancaker on these tables. However, there is a pan. So we're going to start with that and take the pan over to the pedestal. You can only carry one item at a time.
Still need more time? It's not like your family is waiting or anything.
Which is why we're going to have to run back here and grab the second part of the answer, which is a cake. And together we have a pancake.
One final riddle, if you would. What am I? I am higher than the shining stars and greater than the land or sea. What's the one thing that's worth breaking the bonds of family?
This one had me stumped for a little while. What is higher than the shining stars, greater than land or sea? The answer is nothing.
I don't remember eating that today. I have to admit I'm surprised you got that one right. You should really practice what that riddle teaches.
Perhaps the Sphinx was right. I needed to rethink this puzzle of parenting.
Excellent work, Mr. Majesty. You are a natural.
Wonderful. Someone had removed all the pieces from the board. I'd have to puzzle out the path. Lucky for me, it appeared all the pieces were already set in their proper rotation.
Okay, so basically what we need to do here is follow along the path, and we need to kind of visualize in our mind how the path goes by using the tiles on the sides here. So I think this one is the piece on the very right. So it goes up, cross, up, cross, cross. It goes up. And now we're using the piece on the far left, I believe. So let's go to the right.
You're just a few steps away from your family now. I wouldn't expect anything less from the hero of Daventry. Congratulations, Graham. You have won the Labyrinth. You may now claim your prizes inside.
Okay, so that is the Labyrinth complete, and we're going to end the episode here. Thank you so much for watching. See you all again soon for the King's Quest Chapter 4 walkthrough.